What's going on, everybody? SB Nation in the house on Radio Row at Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta, Georgia. I am RJ Ochoa. She is Gina Thomas. He is Bernd Buckmaster.
Perfect.
That's right. That's right, baby. Our second time here this week. Radio Row has calmed down a bit here on Thursday evening as Super Bowl festivities carry on. There's a game happening on Sunday, and you two are covering it for patspulpit.com and turfshowtimes.com. Bloggingtheboys.com is not technically somebody that has a team here.
Or had for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Well.
It's cool, Bernd. That's right. I thought we were bros, but you know, hey, whatever you want to do. But either way, you guys have been very busy. I've been doing nothing. So how were the Rams today?
The Rams were great today. Today was the last media availability with players before the game, and I, of course, used that time wisely by going around to Rams players and making them watch the Ram It video that the 1985 Rams made.
Okay.
It's a rap video, and it's absolutely horrible, and I made players watch it with me and then give me their feedback. And so we will have a couple of videos as well as a post about that coming on sbnation.com in the near future. I don't know exactly when, but I do know that it is hilarious and definitely worth it.
Well, you said it was bad. I mean, define bad. Like 1 to 10 with 10.
Like the 2017 Cleveland Browns bad? Or...
I would say if you think of the most peak mid-80s thing possible and how goofy and ridiculous it is, and then you multiply that by 1 billion, that's the Ram It.
So like Jesse Spano, I'm so excited. Like on a, do you get that reference?
I get it.
Really? Wow, look at that. Good for Saved by the Bell. Going international.
International following.
There is internet in Austin. So.
That's a good point. It's a great point.
Helps tremendously with life.
So Gina, you showed the Rams music video. Not everybody on earth can say that. That's a really cool thing. Bernd, how are the Patriots?
The Patriots were pretty open, pretty down to earth, pretty goofy at times. We had Rob Gronkowski just goofing around before and after his podium time. We had a guy there playing the ukulele for Tom Brady at the press conference. He played We Are the Champions with a Mexican accent. It was surreal. But Tom Brady in his nice manner liked it, obviously.
Okay.
And we had Dietrich Wise, who's a defensive end for the Patriots, crashed Julian Edelman's presser at the podium to show him a picture of a cake.
Of a cake?
Of a cake. And
like a baked good?
Yeah, it was a baked good. It looked like a log of wood with an axe in it, and it was cake, and it looked pretty. So it's an interesting topic, but it reflects just how the Patriots were today. They were really, really loose, didn't feel necessarily like all business. At times it did over the week. So I'd be interested to see how that translates to the game on Sunday.
Good point. So 2 things. 1, I watched the Queen movie the last night before I came to Atlanta. Really cool. So you got me, going there. I bet they have Queen in Austria too. So second thing was I saw that the McCourty twins like swapped jerseys today. Did that happen? What was that about?
They did it before. Like it's over summer once. I think it was, it's the last year of media availability. People are just getting it all out there. And the McCourty twins, I was wondering if they did that earlier this week, so maybe that's something that could come up. And I'm glad they did pull it off. That's
a good point. I mean, if I had a twin, I would want to do that. If I had a twin in the Super Bowl, I would want to do that. I'm an only child, so I don't understand that sentiment.
I mean, it's their first Super Bowl. It's possibly their last Super Bowl together because Jason's a free agent after this season. Devin hinted at retirement, backtracked a little bit yesterday, but I'm glad they're enjoying it because it is possibly a once-in-a-lifetime experience for them as it is for a lot of players here.
Totally. I mean, it's probably their last one to experience too because the Patriots won't be back here ever again, right? You said something yesterday, Gina, that I thought about literally the entire day. I went home and just thought about this, that Sean McVay said the star of the Rams was the team. And was that apparent today, or was that kind of lip service just once?
You know what? It's actually really fascinating to hear Bernd talk about the demeanor from the Patriots today, because I would say that the Rams were totally opposite. They were
super serious.
All business. And mainly what you heard from McVay and from Aaron Donald at the podium was we got a job to do, and now that we've got a game on Sunday, and that's all we care about. That's all we're focused about. McVay said that yesterday's practice was primarily above the neck, so it was more mental reps, you know, getting them in the right mindset, and also establishing that focus that they need for Sunday. And so I think that it was totally different. There wasn't a lot of horseplay. Guys were having fun, like with what I was doing, because that video is actually really genuinely hilarious.
Everybody do it.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think that there was just a really high level of focus, and that was apparent from everyone.
I legitimately, it's cold in Atlanta, shockingly, and well, I'm from Texas, so
and I live here. It's cold.
Yeah, there we go.
But you win. It's cold.
But I legitimately got chills when you said that they were all business, and I don't know. I think that's interesting. Just I know we talked about yesterday how it's kind of sort of rookies versus veterans in a way in terms of Super Bowl experience. That you know maybe it is this sort of okay, you know we've never been here. It's a Super Bowl. We have to focus versus we know what it's like. This day isn't a big deal. We can kind of take it more chill. So it is really interesting to see what happens if this was the last day of media availability. There will be a lot more going on tomorrow, though, obviously, which is why you should stay right here, and on all SB Nation properties. Before we leave, though, because Cowboys fans are narcissists, we have to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, even though we're at the Super Bowl and it features the Los Angeles Rams and New England Patriots. And I'm really curious for both of your takes on this, because Vern, you cover the Patriots, Gina, you're queen of Atlanta Falcons, and this week, and all weeks really, the Rams, and owner of the New Orleans Saints. I saw you had a tweet that was so great. Something
That's
like
the nicest thing anybody has ever said to me. Oh my goodness.
But today, on Thursday, it was officially announced that Kellen Moore would become the Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator. Kellen Moore was a first-year coach last year, Cowboys quarterbacks coach, ascended to the position after both Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush beat him out. So he went from practice squad player to coach. Now he is their offensive coordinator. The Cowboys have not announced who will call the plays, but it's thought to be that Kellen would do that. And shortly after the Kellen news dropped, Jerry Jones announced that Jason Garrett will not be getting a contract extension this offseason. He is entering a contract year, so he's very clearly saying, you got to prove something to us. They went into that 2014 season, the year that Dez caught it, for both of you, in case it gets snarky, and he pulled off something incredible. So,
Dez did catch it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Look at that, owner of the Saints has her mind right. My question, I guess, to both of you is, A, what are your thoughts on Kellen Moore and kind of just inheriting this position so early in his coaching career? And B, what are your thoughts on the overall situation with the Cowboys and Jason Garrett, and specifically Jerry Jones announcing this?
I mean, when I look at the Kellen Moore story, it's certainly fascinating how quick he rose through the ranks.
Sure.
And when I look at it from the Patriots' perspective, the one coach that comes to mind is Brian Flores. Of course, Flores had a background in scouting. He's been with the Patriots for quite some time now, but he will, in all likelihood, become the Miami Dolphins' next head coach after not officially being a defensive coordinator ever.
Right.
He was in the first year at his job calling plays, so I think it can work if you really have a bright mind like Flores, and apparently like the Cowboys think of Moore. It can work. That being said, I think it's a tremendous gamble, especially considering the Jason Garrett news, because I wonder how Garrett will approach this. He knows his job's on the line.
Right.
Now he has a play caller, potential play caller, that has virtually no experience doing that. So it will be interesting to see how active he as a head coach gets involved into the offensive affairs.
Gina, do you think, because one of my thoughts on this is it's a bit of painting Garrett into a corner. Here's your offensive coordinator. He's never done this before. He is a bit of a homegrown commodity, certainly. There's no real new outside influences joining the Cowboys. They did hire John Kitna to be their quarterbacks coach, former Cowboys quarterback. Now there's 3 Cowboys quarterbacks on their staff.
And they only got to get Tony Romo as head coach.
Don't do this, please.
That never brings the clicks, you know?
It's yeah, that's true. But is it kind of putting him in a compromising position?
Yeah, I think that it absolutely is. If you're bringing in somebody who's that inexperienced and you're saying, okay, now work with this guy, and also, by the way, you might not have a job next year if it doesn't go well, I think that that is really not effective leadership from Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and everybody else in the front office. I think that that could definitely be handled in a more proactive and reasonable way. I have a lot of questions about this, and you see it all the time. You know, right now, young coaches are all the thing. It's Sean McVay.
Sure.
He's here in the Super Bowl and is truly very impressive. Learned, you know, under Bill Walsh, and his grandfather was the GM of the 49ers. So he's been around the game his whole life. Listening to him talk about football, like he knows it inside and out. Every young guy is not necessarily like that. And you can't just assume that because a guy fits within a certain age range that he is the next Sean McVay. And we saw it with the Packers when they brought in Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur was a good quarterbacks coach in Atlanta, but I have no idea if he is at all qualified to be a head coach because he doesn't have a track record or the experience that I would expect somebody in that position to have. So that's my concern with this. And I think that it's really fundamentally unfair to Jason Garrett to put him in this position where his job is on the line and he has a very inexperienced offensive coordinator that he has to contend with.
I agree that it is certainly an archetype that the NFL is looking for with Sean McVay, young, 30-something, mildly attractive, you know, being honest.
Maybe a slight resemblance to Ryan Gosling.
Right,
allegedly.
something like that.
I mean, he's never been next to us, so...
That's a good point, great point. It's a good, you know, good mind, good head on these shoulders, Byrne. So the last thing I'll say on this when it comes to Garrett and Moore, again, Cowboys fans, narcissists, but the whole thing, I've written before at bloggingtheboys.com how the 2016 to 2018 three-year range for the Cowboys very closely mirrors the 2007 to 2009 gap with Tony Romo's ascension and Dak Prescott's ascension. They won a playoff game, they won division titles, things like that. There are very, very similar things to the release of Terrell Owens and Des Bryant and whatnot. And in 2010, Wade Phillips was fired, the Cowboys head coach. So if you're going down that path, this would be the season that it happened to Jason Garrett. And there was a would-be something head coach waiting in the wings as the offensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, a former team quarterback that wore jersey number 17 when he was playing for the team, just like Kellen Moore.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's
Oh my
right.
gosh, that's actually kind of spooky.
I know. That's the way the head on these shoulders works. It's a dark place sometimes, but this is a well-lit place and a great place to be. Lots of fun times here at the Super Bowl. The SB Nation Familia joining forces while all in Atlanta. We'll be back here one more time tomorrow to do the same song and dance.
Yep.
Byrne and I don't think we should stand next to Sean McVay. It wouldn't be fair to him.
No. We don't want to distract him from what he has to do on Sunday, which is lose the Super Bowl to the Patriots.
And let him enjoy the moment as he prepares his team to beat the Patriots.
It's a great point. Gina Thomas, once again, owness of the New Orleans Saints. Whatever. We'll rename that the Superdome. We'll get,
the original New Orleans Saint.
Oh, that's a great point. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure to check out turfshowtimes.com for all of your Los Angeles Rams needs, petpulpit.com for all of your New England Patriots needs, and of course, bloggingtheboys.com for all needs concerning America's team, the one and true America's team, in case anybody had any doubts. We'll see you next time.